There we go. We live.
Yay.
Yeah, we live. We live. Welcome everybody once again. I told you we'll be back, and we're here. We're live in person. This is not a recording. This is live. So,
We are
Dr.
live.
Anthony Latson. This is my beautiful wife, Dr. Kim Latson.
Woo. Good evening, guys. How are
There
you?
you go. It's a beautiful day, and like I said, we told you it's going to come back with some more tips, strategies, and tips on becoming an author. You becoming a best-selling author, and
Absolutely.
we got another question for you. I know some people say, well, how can we become a best-selling author, or why should I become a best-selling author? And I think we came up with three good reasons why you should become an author. But
hmm
the question is, why do you want to become an author?
hmm
I want you to think about that. Why do you want to become an author? You just want to write a book? Anybody can write a book. My daughter can write a book.
Yeah.
A 6-year-old can write a book.
hmm
Anybody can write a book, but it takes somebody with skill and
hmm
technique to become an author.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
becoming an author,
Go ahead.
because let me finish this. Becoming an author means that you have strategized and pre-planned and prepared yourself to release that message that you have burning inside your heart to those people that God assigned you to. So what was you going to say?
Yeah, no, that's good. And I was just gonna just share my story. When I, I, I just in the beginning, I just really wanted to write a book. I didn't know the impact of what becoming an author would do to my life and to others. So I just started out. I knew I had a story, and I wanted to share my story. That was my goal. And then you realize there's so many other benefits to you writing that book.
Those benefits outweighs the time and effort and the sweat that you put in writing that book, becoming an author. Like I said, you can write a book, just write a book, write a regular book. But if you put that sweat, that equity, and the time and effort in writing that book, because when you become an author, you're not writing a book. You're putting your heart on pages, on paper. So that's why I said the difference between an author and somebody writing a book. Anybody can write a book, but it takes skill and technique and a plan to become an author.
Mm,
So if
yeah.
anybody got any questions, 'cause I see you got a lot of people in the feed, type in the feed
Okay.
why you want to become an author. You don't got to be long, just maybe like a two sentences. I want to become an author because I have a message or I got a story. Just type in the feed why you want to become an author. So
And
let's
so,
get into. So,
yeah, I was going to share what's our mission. Let's just go a little bit. Just tell people why we're doing this, right? Why are
oh,
we coming on? What's our mission? What's our goal with this?
well, one part of the mission of why we doing this talk, this conversation, this free teaching is that we want to help people get the message they have inside of them out. Not just get the message out, but get that message that God has put inside your heart out into the world so you can serve those who God called you to serve. That's the basic principle of what we're doing. We want to help you get that message out so you can help serve those who God called you to serve. And one form of serving is becoming an author. Notice I didn't
Mm,
say write a book.
yeah,
Becoming an
yeah,
author. Because like I said, anybody write a book, when you become an author, it takes strategy, it takes techniques, it takes effort, and you have
yeah.
to be intentional when you become an author. So that's our mission. We just want to help you become an author and get that message out that God has planted inside your heart, so you can serve those who He calls you to serve.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So let's get into it. This is really good. I love it. I love that we're doing this. And so let's do it. I believe that we are going to accomplish our mission and helping those. I know there are people out there who says, hey, I have a story, I have something, I've always wanted to do this. Well, your someday is today, your one day is today.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Your tomorrow is now. So we're gonna help you do it. We're gonna help you, give you some strategies in order to help you.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, today's topic, what we're talking about, this is a conversation. Okay, we're gonna have a
Yeah.
conversation because these are the three reasons why you should become an author. These three reasons why you should become an author. The first reason is you're sharing your knowledge, and you're gonna have an impact when you share your knowledge. I'm gonna say it again. You're sharing your knowledge, and you will have impact when you share your knowledge. Because when you write a book and you realize you're not just writing a book, you become an author. And as you become an
Mhm.
author, as you author these books, the books will allow you to share your knowledge and expertise. And people will realize that, man, you know something. I'll just talk plain. They're gonna say,
Yeah.
man, he knows something. I didn't know that. Oh man, that's some good information. Not only good information, because information is something that you learn. And if you put it in the pages of this of the book that you have written, people are gonna realize, you know a little something. Matter of fact, he know a little bit more than what I know. Let me keep on reading. Let me keep on reading. So that's why when you become an author with those techniques and strategies, you're not just writing a book. You putting your heart out into that book. And when they realize you got knowledge, and not
Mm,
only you have knowledge, you did some stuff with that knowledge, not just keep it in your head. You put it on a piece of paper. And since you put on a piece of paper, you already one step, minimum one step ahead of that person that's reading that book.
mhm.
'Cause how
That's
many
right.
times you read a book and say, wow, I knew that. I could have written that book. You could have written the book, because you
Yeah.
have become that author who's written that book because he took it one step further. You might know the same thing he know, but he knows more than you because he took the next step in being intentional
Mhm.
of writing and putting it on pages.
Absolutely.
So that's why he's an author. You just still saying, I want to write a book.
Wow. Mm. That's powerful. That's good. That's good. And you know what too? It's just that, when we read a book, so many people, they are one knowledge away, one strategy away, one advice away, from having a major breakthrough in their business, in their lives, in their emotions, in their mental state. And so many of us, we have this knowledge, we have this, that's the impact with us sharing it and putting in the book, can really, that's the impact that we can have on people's lives. And so it's amazing. Our book can do many things that we can't, that we
Mhm.
can't do. And so that's the power, the benefits of writing that book, you sharing that knowledge, you making that impact on someone's life.
And making an impact on someone's life. But I got an idea. Whoever's listening right now, because I can't see the names of the people in it, whoever listening right now, what type of special knowledge that you have
Hmm.
that you can share with the world? I don't care if it's baking a pound cake. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's making some banana pudding. I don't care if it's learning how to install some speakers for your TV. What special knowledge that you have that you can write about that somebody can read and get information from just reading your book? What's Like I said, what special knowledge that you have that you can write a book about it? I don't care how minimal you think it is, how in what's that word? Insignificant you think it is.
Hmm.
Type it in the feed. Let us know what special knowledge that you have that you figure is not that good, but you can write a book about it.
Mm,
So let's go to number two.
okay.
This is another reason why you should become an author. Legacy.
Mm.
Legacy. What is legacy? Point blank, legacy is going to live on after you. Live on after me. What are you talking about? Live on after me. You can write the book one time. As an author, write the book one time. And once you put it out there, it's out there. It's going to live longer than you live.
Mhm,
See, the Bible was written thousands of years ago,
mhm. Yeah.
thousands and hundreds of thousands of years ago. And there's a book that's still around now.
Still
Still
changing
around now. It's
lives.
still changing lives. And not only that, it's been written and
Mhm.
stored and translated, but it still has been written on pages. What the Bible say? The words that I speak are spirit and life.
Yep.
The words that you speak are spirit and life. Your thoughts are things. And since your
Mhm.
thoughts are things, you take those things in your head and put it on the pages. And when people read it, they're gonna say, wow, that's powerful. And one technique, if you speak out what you're gonna write and put it on the pages, you speak in spirit filled words on the pages, and those spirit filled words are seeds. And once those people read those seeds or read those words, and it gets inside their heart, they're going to produce fruit, and they're going to like, wow, I like that book. That's a
Yeah.
good book. I'm gonna read it again. And they're getting all this fruit from this book because you planted the seeds of your words that was in your head on the
Mhm.
page.
Yeah. That's
Like I
good.
said, we're not teaching, but we are teaching.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
That's part of the program, but we're not going to get into that. We just want to give you some information on what is legacy.
Mhm.
You're writing your book one time, and it's going to live longer than you are here.
That's
Another
right.
example. Who? What? Who? Napoleon Hill. How many people
Mm.
know Napoleon Hill? Type in the feed if you know Napoleon Hill. You know who Napoleon Hill is? Who Napoleon Hill? Come on. You know who Napoleon Hill is.
You asking me or you asking the people?
I'm asking anybody who's going to type in the feed, who's Napoleon Hill?
Oh, Napoleon Hill.
Oh man. He went around asking all these millionaires, how did you make your wealth? How did you become wealthy? How did you be so successful? And they just told him the secret. They told him the secrets. They told him. He's written that book. Now it's what, almost 100 years ago? It's a long time. It's not 100 years, but almost 100 years. He wrote that book in
Mhm.
the 20s and 30s.
Wow.
So it's almost 100 years now. He's written that book. So since he's written that book, how many people read that book? He's been dead since 1970, what, 70s?
I don't know when he died. I don't know when he
Well,
died.
somewhere around there. Well, put it like this: he's gone. He's gone, and his book is still around. He written that book so long ago. Is was it free? Was it free copyright free?
Mhm.
Forgot the right word. But anybody can take that book and add 2 or 3 pages to it and say it's their book. The copyrights has expired. That's how long ago he written that book. The copyrights expired. Anybody can take that book, add 2 or 3 pages to it, and say it's their book, but they still have to put his name on it.
Give it out
That's
secretly.
what legacy. That's what legacy is. You write your book one time, and the book outlasts you. What's the definition? Writing allows individuals to create a lasting legacy. Books have the potential to outlive the authors, leaving a mark on the world for generations to come.
Mm, I love it.
Talk about generations. Generations. That's years.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like our book can go places, man. We can't even go. Our book can go places we can't even go. It can travel to places all around the world that we can't even travel if we could. We're one person. And so, no, we can't go to different states all at one time. But can you imagine your words, your message, your expertise, your advice getting into the hands of different people, all nationalities, all around the world? I mean, that's legacy. That's powerful. That's impact that you can't even imagine that it can have.
Let's go to number three. What's number three?
Oh, I just said.
Third reason. That's the third reason. That's why I ain't say nothing. That's why I ain't say nothing.
Uh,
That's why I ain't say nothing because the third reason is like my wife said impact. Your book can go places your feet haven't even touched. Your book can go places that you haven't even seen yet. Somebody in Africa could read your book and you don't even know about it. Somebody can write a letter and say, "Oh, your book touched me. Where you from? I'm from Australia. I never been to Australia. You've been to
mm,
Australia because your book been to Australia."
mm,
People reading the messages that you have in your heart on paper and they put it inside of their heart.
mm,
Books, books are powerful.
mm.
authors are powerful too. Authors can turn a nation around. Authors can influence democracies. A book can influence people to change their lives.
Absolutely.
You have things inside of you that if you release it, it can change people's lives. How do I know that? Because if it changed your life, it could change somebody else's life.
That's right.
Say it again. If it changed your life, it could change somebody else's life. Why? Because it's your message.
Mhm.
Since it's your message, you have a duty to release that message so you can serve the people that you was put here to serve.
Mhm.
So that's
Absolutely.
the impact your book can have. That's the
Yeah.
impact and the influence of being an author that you can have into the world. Because through their words, what do you say? Through their words, authors can inspire, educate, entertain, and even challenge readers to think differently.
Hmm.
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So is he who thinks in his heart that he's wealthy. So is he who thinks he is healthy. So is he who thinks that he can do all things through Christ who strengthens him. As he think in his heart, so is he. So if you're thinking that you can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely.
Same way. You think you can't do it, you can do it. But you thinking you can't do it is going to stop you. But you
Mhm.
can do all things. So as you think in your heart, that's what you're going to become, and that's what you're going to have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's powerful. I was thinking about a story. I don't know if you remember. One of our mentors shared with us, and he we all know Les Brown, right? And he shared with us a story. I think we did an event with him, and he was sharing with us. He says, this thing that I'm doing now, speaking and changing lives with thousands of people, he says, I could have did this years ago. He says 14 years I spent my life just waiting, just parking, saying that I wanted to, but thinking of all the reasons why he couldn't do it. And eventually he said, listen, he went to a conference. I don't know if you remember the story. He went to a conference and he was listening to a speaker. He says, well, see, I could speak better than that.
Mhm.
I could do that too. I could do that too. And he said a voice came to him and said, you could, but the difference between him, what he's doing, the reason why you're not doing it, because he did it. And sometimes we think, wow, I want to write my book. I see all these people writing the book. I see other authors, many that have changed my lives, but why? And the only difference between them and you is that they just did it. And it doesn't take a lot. And sometimes we stop, we get stuck at someday I'm gonna write it, one day I'm gonna do it, one day I'm gonna do this, and 5 and 10 and 14 and 20 years pass until you realize, wait a minute, all I had to do was do it. All I had to do was write it. All I had to do was speak it. All I had to do was put it to paper. And so I think that's why we're here really doing what we're doing, to sort of push you to say you can do it. There's no one's more talented than you, more gifted than you. Just do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it because you can do it. You should do it, and you shall do it. Go ahead, make it up in your mind that you're going to do it. Because the longer you wait till tomorrow, there's going to be another tomorrow come. You're going to say, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Then when tomorrow comes, you're going to say, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Everything going to stop you from trying. Everything going to stop you and challenge you to say, do it tomorrow. But know that that message is so powerful. If you just do it today, tomorrow's going to come anyway.
Mm,
So do it today. Don't worry
yeah.
about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about itself. That's the scripture. I ain't going to say where it's from, but that's the
Do
scripture.
it
The
today.
scripture. Let tomorrow worry about itself. We dealing with today. We dealing with the now. So let tomorrow worry about itself. You deal with the now. Even if you write one page, write one chapter. Even if you just come up with a title, because it's your message. You don't gotta make up no story. You got stories. Oh, we teaching some more. Uh-oh. You have stories. Since you
Yeah.
have stories, you got a message. And since you got a message, you have a book. And since you got a book, It don't take you so much time just to memorize what happened when you was 5 years old when your mama smacked you and you was playing like ping pong on different walls.
Gee, are you telling your story right now?
That ain't my story. My story is when I ran home from the school bus because I threw an egg at the school bus. I outran the school bus and my chest was hurting so bad. I was like, oh man, I gotta make it. I gotta make it to the house. But that's my story. I ain't gonna tell you about the other story that he went down to the park to have a little fight in junior high school and was fighting this kid
Oh,
and he was fighting and fighting and I got mud on my pants and I got scared when I went home and told my father I got mud on my pants. He said, why you got mud on your pants? I said, I tried to jump over a puddle and splash the puddle on my pants. I got a beating because I got mud on my pants. Why am I saying that? Because of stories. You have stories inside of you. But if you know how to craft that story, you know how to put that story to make somebody laugh or to give somebody an idea to make them think, you're probably saying, well, why did he get beat? Because he got mud on his pants.
mm,
Because in those days, if you got new pants, that's, let me put it this way. Huskies. If anybody remember Alexander's, they had, the blue jeans and the pants for the regular size people, you regular size, and they have it on a shelf and look at it all nice and folded up. But if you was husky like I was, a little bit overweight for my size, like 125 pounds when I was like 7 years old, kind of fat guy, fat kid, and they had the nerve to put the pants on a table in the back corner and say Huskies. That's discrimination. That's discrimination. Just because I'm husky, you don't put my pants all the way in the back in the corner, and every time you walk to the back, people be looking at you and say, "Oh, that's a husky kid because he going to the corner over there, get those pants off the table." And they only had three colors: burgundy, black, and beige. Burgundy, black, and beige. And it was the polyester twins.
okay.
Polyester. That's a story, and I know some people are laughing, but that's back in the days. Back in the days. So see, you got a good laugh from
Yeah.
my pain of going to the Husky section in Alexander's. That's the power of your story. Power of your
But you
story.
That's a good strategy. So this would be a good strategy for people as you begin to write your book, because we believe that you're going to do it. You're going to do it now. Start thinking of those stories, right? Start thinking of the stories in your lives, especially those that were a defining moment for you in your life. Start thinking about them and start writing them down.
Yeah, write them down. So this is the end of this is the end of this conversation we have on the 3 reasons why you should become an author. And I just want to let you know, like my wife said, just start writing. Just start writing. Write something down. A defining moment in your life. Something that you had a challenge in your life. Might be when you was young. Might be when you was middle age, or might be when you are now. I don't know. I don't know how old you are now, but just write. Start writing. Start a chapter. Even start a paragraph on one of the stories that you can just come up out of your mind and just see where it goes from there. So
There you go.
until next time, I'm Dr. Anthony Latson. This is my beautiful wife, Dr. Kim Latson. We're telling you to do it now. Write your story. Become an
Do it
author.
now.
And serve
Amen.
those who God sent you here to serve. So until next time, be blessed.